A horrific death after a routine pet surgery. The veterinarian is part of a major national pet store chain that's now in the vet business.
And Channel 2 consumer investigator Justin Gray reports that the pet's owner is demanding some answers.
Petco is one of many big names that have moved into providing veterinary services. It's a name the owners of Bella trusted to treat their dog.
My wife and I are supposed to be going through therapy because this was a lot on us.
The pictures are gruesome, too graphic for us to share on television. The sutures from Giannis Willis's 3-year-old dog Bella gave way, her intestines spilling out of her body.
All of a sudden, my wife screaming and hollering on the phone and said my dog's intestines all everywhere. My kids had to sit there and watch my dog suffer.
According to Bella's medical records, she was suffering from pyometra, an infection of the uterus that requires the dog to be spayed to save its life. The first quote Willis received was for $7,000. But his barbershop is right next to Petco, and their in-house Vetco department was only $1,400 for the surgery.
I thought I trusted Petco.
Petco is one of several big businesses now in the vet business, along with Walmart and even the Mars Corporation, the candy people. Dr. Judy Morgan was a practicing veterinarian for nearly 40 years who now writes and speaks about keeping pets healthy.
It's sort of like when pharmacies went to big chains. We don't have that connection. We don't have that one-on-one where you're part of the family anymore. And I think that's a huge loss for the pet owner.
Willis's wife is a nurse who noticed the sutures did not look right. The staples were coming loose, so they took the dog back, and Petco charged them another $500 to fix the wound. It was after the dog was back home from that procedure the tragic injury occurred.
They said you got 5 minutes to decide what you're gonna do. And that was the hardest decision I ever had to make.
I would say for it to progress to that point where, especially after the second visit, where things are falling out of the dog, something was done wrong.
Dr. Morgan says the dog should have had 3 layers of sutures. Morgan looked at Bella's medical records and says while pyometra surgeries are more complicated than a traditional spay, they have a 98% survival rate.
I'm a general practitioner. I practiced for 36 years, and I did hundreds of these pyometra surgeries. Never had a problem, never had an animal die.
Petco tells us, quote, after a thorough review of Bella's case, we're confident our veterinary team responded appropriately to her pyometra, a serious and life-threatening uterine infection common in adult female dogs that have not been spayed, and performed their best effort to relieve and resolve an emergent infection, including providing post-surgery care instructions.
We got her during pandemic, and a lot of anxiety and pain was going on from the pandemic, and she brought joy and love to the whole family.
Petco is offering to refund all of Willis's bills, telling us, quote, all of us at Petco are heartbroken by Bella's untimely passing, and as pet parents ourselves, we understand nothing can make up for the loss of a beloved pet. In an effort to help, we're offering to cover all of Bella's veterinary expenses.
I just felt like they were just in it for money. They just didn't care, and they all had looks on their face like it's just another day in the job, you know.
We checked the license of the vet who performed the surgery. He's been licensed since 2016 and has a clean record. Dr. Morgan says when your pet needs surgery, the most important questions to ask are how much surgical experience does the doctor have, and how many times have they done this specific surgery with this size dog? Many vets now don't often perform surgery. Back to you.